All right, let's see how we're going to put this together. All right, we got the new fork in there. Just sticking through. I haven't tightened this down yet because I haven't put oil in it. All right, that goes on this piece facing outward because it's got this screw hole here, and that's where our reflector mounts. All right, so we put this on over the top of this, and then the parts list calls for a packing underneath this device. So I put in an O-ring because I happen to have O-rings, and we're going to put that on there. And then this little unit here goes on top. This arm, the level side, goes to the top. Let's see if we can get this in here. And then all we do is make that fork go all the way up, if we're lucky. I think there's too much paint in that top triple tree there. There we go. So it's on. Next step is to do the same thing on the other side. All right. This one goes down over here. We'll start this one on its way up. Then it's going to want to tip over, of course. So we'll grab this one with the O-ring in it. See? Stays in there nicely. I'll tell you what size that is a little bit. And then we got this. I got to hold this thing up while I do this. That goes in there. That goes on there, I think. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to there we got it. Now we got to get it back up there. And all the way up to the top. That one went easier than the other one did. Right there. Okay. Now all we got to do is tighten everything down, right? Well, we need to put something on here to hold this from tipping over. Well, shoot. I could put that tire on there and hold that. This one's slipping out. I guess. Or I could just find something that was the right size and let it sit on it. Let me get the tire out of there because I gotta do some work on that anyway. All right. So, what do we need? $12 or $13? It's a 12, isn't it? Yeah. Couple 12s. Or was that a 14? That's a 14. Oh, it's a 13. And I'll probably need 2 of them. 12 and 13. This one has got a bad bolt in it. So let me tighten one of these down. I got some more that are shined up over there, but I'll just tighten this one. Keep that from okay, let me take this one off. Go get one that's in better shape. This has got a little bit of a problem with the head. I don't know if you focused on that or not because it's zoomed in. Let me see. No, you didn't. There, you might be able to see that head. I hope these are the right size. You know, I got that. Oh, yeah. All right. I want to get the wheels under this so I can move it out of the way when I want to do something else. Okay, let's see. What else are we going to need? We want the shined up ones of these. So what do you think? We're making progress. I started to put the airbox in the other day, back there, and It takes a special grommet, of course, and a special little washer with a built-in, I don't even know what you call them, the things that goes through the center of the grommet. Anyway, so it needs those. So I had to order those. They're available from Partzilla. And I'm going to have to get up and get to work on that engine up there. I got everything. I just need to put it all back together. I painted the cylinder and the head the other day. I got a lot of different parts to be painted yet. And I got to get these wheels up on my truing stand. I'll try and do something with the spokes, but I'm not going to change them. So that'll be enough for now. See you next time. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a nice, cool 75 degrees out here this morning. I've got a bunch of parts on order for my little TW200 over here, so I'm not going to be working on it. But I'm going to get back on my DT250A. The other day, I put the rear wheel up, and the drum was pretty sandy here, or pretty rusty, I mean, so I sanded that out. And I shined up the rim, although it's not a very good rim. It's going to have to do for a while. It's got a couple of definite dings in it here. So it's holding air. Everything seems to be fine. Tire's not the best in the world, but that's going to have to do for now too. It's got rim locks, or bead locks, I guess you call them. So I'm going to get ready to put that back on, but let's see, what did I do with it? Okay, the brake, the plate here, somebody's was wearing down the brake shoes, and so what they did was they just welded a piece on onto the cam here to make it go a little bit further. So I'm going to have to find a new one of those. I think I got some someplace. I think that's probably the same as the DT3. So I should be able to. I got 3 DT3s out there with all the wheels on them. So I'll find one of those. But right now what I'm going to do is figure out which one of these. I'm thinking this one. If they're both 21s, I'm not sure. This is off a DT3 as well. Yep, it's a 21. So I'm going to put this over on that rack over there and get that rear wheel off. And I'm going to shine up that and check the brake and all that good stuff. So I'll be back. You might remember my last video on the TW200 when I lost that spring and was looking all over for it. And I had the magnet on a stick out, and I was going all over underneath the bench and all that. Well, this is all the stuff that I found under there. Looks like a good spark plug, almost brand new. That's good to have. So Anyway, I probably was looking for one of those at some time or other. All right, so we got the front wheel up here. As you can see, it's the birds have been at it, and it's pretty dirty. It holds air as well. So we're going to clean this up. What I use, I'll just use some 409 cleaner to get most of the soft stuff off. Then I'll use turtle wax chrome polish along with some quad aught steel wool, and we'll clean that chrome up. Not going to mess with the spokes, maybe at a later date. I want to get this guy on the road because I might need it to take my motorcycle driving test. We'll get started. I'm not going to bore you with cleaning the wheel. You can imagine how I'm doing it. All right. It's not perfect, but it's certainly better than it was. Tire's not too badly cracked. I think I'll leave that on for now too. So, let me get the brake cleaned up and lubricated so the cam works properly, and get this back on the front on my new forks, and we'll be back. All right, if you've never seen the inside of the brakes, most of you probably have. This right here is the cam that when you press your foot lever, it makes this arm down here go out, and when that goes out, it spreads the brakes shoes inside the brake drum and makes you stop. And by golly, this is one of the few I've seen that's all lubricated up properly. It's got grease on it. It operates really easy, and we're ready to go back in. Well, believe it or not, I've worked really hard today. I did get the front wheel cleaned, looks kind of shiny, and installed, and I've been fighting the rear wheel brake. And I bought new brake shoes for it, and I couldn't get them to go inside. Let me get around there. All right, those are the new shoes. The prior owner had welded an extra piece onto that cam you see down there that operates the shoes, and I cut that off. The shoes were too wide that were in there, so I put the new shoes on, which were a little narrower, and I could not get that thing to go down in here to save my soul. Now, apparently it's warped or something, but I've been fighting that thing. I took a little bit off the cam. I took a little bit off the part of the new shoe that rides against the cam. I sanded the drum. Everything I could do other than putting grease on it so it'd slide in easy. Not a good idea on brakes, I don't think. So it's about 90 degrees out here and I'm sweating like a pig. But pigs don't sweat, do they? Oh well. Sweating like a horse, I guess. They sweat. All right. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. It's about 3:15. Well, I've been steadily working away at it. I got the two wheels cleaned up. I'll put new tires on it later. I got some of the pieces all installed, the chain guards. And I put the new handlebars on. I've got some stainless bolts to replace those rusty chrome ones. And I'll be moving it up to the other building where I've got the engine ready to go back together. So we'll get that done. We'll get the engine installed and all the other cables and all that stuff. I might do some of that before I take it up there. But we're getting there. Folks, thanks for watching. I'm kind of pooped right now, but tomorrow I'll try and get as much as I can done on that 250. And then I got some parts that came in from my little TW200. And I got the title for my AT3 that I did and sent in a bonded title application. So I'm going to take a flying trip up to the DMV tomorrow with the title and get a plate for the AT3 and then come back and I'll get some more work done on the 250 and the 200.